Hi everyone, long time no see. I'm so sorry. So, I just was reading something came on my phone. So I'm like, wait, what? Already? I'm having problems? I hope not. um, let's get started. So this is week, what week is this? 9. Whew, finally. We got to week 9. How's everyone been? Uh, Last I left you guys with, we were going to go celebrate Tim's birthday. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. We appreciate it. He had a great time and I had a great time with him. So it was needed and we had a blast. So we went to Cancun. So I recommend Cancun and an all-inclusive resort because it's inexpensive and it is the most fun that you will have. Let's see. So let's get started here. Let's see. I'm going to try and remember what I'm doing. Okay. Oops. Well, that's not good. But it's okay because everything just needs glue. So I'll probably end up re-gluing that. Let me see where I'm at, you guys. Okay. It's been a while. It's been 3 weeks. I went and I looked at the, at when week 8 was posted. It was 3 weeks ago. So I'm a little rusty. So just bear with me, okay? Promise. I will remember what I'm doing as we go along. So I wanted to tell you guys that I posted, I've been really into my planner stuff, right? And so I posted a video, and with that video, I ended up, I tend, I think, to say a lot of ums, and because you know how, if you've been with me for Project Life for a long time, you know that I have a hard time with words, and they don't come to me, and I just, I have a hard time enunciating a lot of them. And so when I do Project Life, I can tell you about the pictures, and so I have something to focus on. But when I'm doing something outside of Project Life, like the planner stuff, and I get nervous. I get really, really nervous because I'm trying to remember what I need to say. I'm trying to remember a lot of stuff, really just a lot of stuff. And I want to be able to capture, is it capture? We'll see, I just did it again because I tell you, when I have to figure out words, it seems like that's the one that comes to me, the ums. And so the planner video I just did with the tips and the stickers, that really was, that irritated me. I irritated myself with that video because there was so many ums and all that stuff. So I'm going to try, because I am going to do more videos, and I do have another tip video for the planner. I have a lot of stuff in mind that I want to do for videos. I hurt my back, and I mean, I really hurt it. I went to the ER and everything, and it's been a little disappointing lately because I want to do so much stuff, and it seems like I go 2 steps forward and like 500 back. Exaggerating here, but you know what I mean. And it's just, it sucks because your back, you rely on your back to do everything. And I think it's my weight that's bringing me down too. So my weight does not help anything. And I went to go see an allergist too last week, and this allergy lady was telling me how obese I am, like as if I don't know this, right? And so it was really, it's disappointing too. And not because, because I know what size I am, but it is disappointing in the fact that I'm trying to get some help for some allergies I have, and all I heard was I'm fat and I need to lose weight. I'm like, how is that any of your business? I have no clue, but whatever. And so now I need to find a new allergist and try and get some of these allergies taken care of too. So I'm kind of falling apart the last 3 weeks. No, last 2 weeks. Since we came back, it seems I relaxed a little too hard. and so my body is like, hello, back to the real world. And yeah, so anyway, so back to the planner. So that stuff, I tend to do that. I tend to ramble, or not ramble so much because I do that here on these videos, but I forget words. And I guess I go back to the ums, the ums, and I don't want to do that, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that, and I caught myself, but it wasn't until after the fact, because I don't really watch the videos. But when I get asked questions, I have to go back and watch the videos in order to see what they're referring to, because I have no memory, and that's part because I have Hashimoto's. It's you know, taking away my memories. You know, it's eating my brain basically, and so I forget a lot of stuff, and I don't mean to, but it just happens. So yeah. So I just did that again, didn't I? I'm going to catch myself now every time I do it, because when I stop and I focus, then that's when I have problems. So this week, let's go back to the pictures, because this is what I'm familiar with. I just wanted to explain those videos to you and why they're so all over the place, because it's a whole new audience. And honestly, the planner videos and haul videos, and I told you that before, they get the most dislikes. Like my tips video for the happy planner has 9 dislikes, and I'm like, alrighty then. So I don't want to do, I kind of wanted to do the plan with me's, but then I don't, because you know, I don't like negativity, and that's just the spice of life. You get negative stuff. I mean, I got negative at the post office yesterday, so I got, you know, schooled at the post office. Oh, can't stand our post office. But anyways, so that's, you have to deal with that when you're out, when you put yourself out in public. And I know this, but the less I have to deal with negativity, the better I am, and the better I just like it better. And there's, I mean, not everything is rainbow and happiness, but when it comes to YouTube, come on. I mean, Jiminy Crickets, I mean, geez, you have to purposely go to YouTube. It's not like it's right in your face. So why are you being so negative about it? So that's what I mean about that. So, okay, so back to week 9. This picture right here is the side of we have an acre lot. This is the side of, this is our backyard. This is our side yard, technically. This is our backyard. This is behind the house, right? And so this, remember I told you I don't go outside. I don't do outside stuff. Well, I don't. But I have been lately, because I've been, ever since I started with Project Life, I've been going outside the normal for me. And that is going outside and having fun and bike riding and that kind of thing, which we haven't been able to do yet because Tim's been working so much. But we cleaned, but I said, okay, for the chicken coop. So this is where our chicken coop is at. And so we had to clean this area. And since I have to rely on him to do all the yard work, you know, that's not very fair. And so I said, well, of course I'll help. And so we clean that up. So you'll see that in later pictures, because now it's night and day. It's beautiful. It really is. And so, I can't wait to show you those pictures too. Let me see. Oops, hopefully, no, I didn't get my head in the way. So this is the week we went to Disneyland. This is our anniversary week. We're still in February. February 22nd is our anniversary. And I knew that I wanted to go to Disneyland. And I also knew that I wanted to surprise Tim with something fun. And so I discovered that if you, we could book, we're annual season pass holders because it's cheaper. It's way cheaper to be a pass holder. And, well, we've never done a tour. We've never done a Walt Disney tour before. Ever. And, but when I read the Walt's, walk in Walt's footsteps, I wanted to do that. So I saved up for it a couple months in advance, and I knew I wanted to surprise him. So we went for our anniversary, and I said, hey, honey, let's go early because I want to go take pictures of the park early. So I convinced them, and then we got into the park, and it was perfect because I said, well, let's get in this line. He's like, wait, what's that line? And I'm like, because it's your own little spot too, because you go in before the park opens, you go inside. And so we went inside. They let us inside. I said, surprise, we're doing this tour. And he's like, no way. no way, no way, no way. And so I said, yes, we are. I booked us this tour. And he's like, oh my gosh, okay. And so he was so excited, and we got to do the tour, and it wasn't expensive, because when you have season passes, you get a discount. So that was cool. We ended up we got to go past everybody in waiting at the rope drop. And so we got to take pictures. I'll show you those pictures because I have inserts. Of course I have inserts because this was a really cool tour. And I'll tell you more about it when we get there. But, okay, so week 8 was we were there at Disneyland. And we were going to leave the 22nd. But I told him, to surprise him, I said, you know what, I want to go in and go have breakfast. That's what it was. Because we went home after the tour. But I said, I want to go have breakfast. So that's how I got him there. Because he's like, okay. Because we always leave before, we always leave the next morning. And this time we couldn't because we had the tour. And I knew I wanted to do it for our anniversary. So that was the Monday. It was the 22nd. So let me finish this one up. Can you guys see everything? Yeah. Let's finish this up. And then that way I can get to that part. But I missed everybody. I totally missed everybody. And I miss doing this. And I can't, I wanted to, I feel like I'm running out of time as far as like, I can't do all the fun things because I got to do this first and I got to do that. And then, I don't know, I feel like with my back being hurt, I lost a lot of time. And I hate that because, time is precious. And I love having fun crafting, and so it took away my crafting time, and that was a big boomer. So big boomer. So let me finish this up, and then I'll show you some tips too of what I did. Isn't that beautiful? That's the freckled fawn. That's the freckled fawn thing. Oh, I still have more to do on this one. So you know how I don't like putting things down to celebrate. As you can tell, I'm reaching over because I have this new lighting equipment. If you're part of the Obsessed, the Facebook Project Life Obsessed group, then you'll know that what I'm talking about. I got new lighting system, but I'm going to move the filming room to somewhere else because we got the whole lighting system now. But that room's not set up yet, so it'll be a while. But Tim wanted to try out the lights in here, and so they're in here. And I got chairs out. I got the baby's beds out of the way. So now I'm going over legs. It's the lighting legs. Isn't this cute so far? I love how it came out. And I was so excited to show you guys. And this has been on my desk for a while. But you know how that goes. It just wasn't working out for me right now to film and get things together. So this was awesome. And I will, okay, because you can tell I'm totally excited, right? Okay, we're still doing good on time and everything else, so yay. Gotta get my bow in here. Okay, so this is cute, right? I'll show you what I did. And then, well, did I tell you guys that you guys know that I like putting my big things out on the outside, and so that's why I didn't do the celebrate. I'll do it on the pocket, and then I'll do the this on the outside also. So paper issues, I bought all the new stuff from Echo Park, and I bought the 12 by 12 paper. Well, the 12 by 12 paper, one of them came like this with a full 12 sheet. So think outside the box when you get some of these papers, because it was I took off a little bit of, I took off this part, I'm showing you over here. I took off the magic part. And then that's what that little piece is. So I took that little piece like up to here. Then I wanted the cameras, so I put the cameras here. So I cut out of the cameras, and then I cut a little bit of the blue paper and stuck it on top. See how it's pieced together? Because it looked like this sheet right here, but I pieced it together to make this sheet. So never look at a 12 by 12 and dismiss it, because you can do something with it. And then the tag, this little tag up here, I took off from the bottom part. I cut it out, see? And this is the back of the 12 by 12 sheet. So think outside the box. And then let's get to the inserts. So with this tour, let me put this on top of here. With this tour, you get to go in early before everybody else. So we got to take pictures of the castle with nobody in front of it. We got to hear how, you know, what Walt's thoughts were. That was really neat. And she was our tour guide. We got to go through the castle. This is pretty neat. And then we got to see the everything. Everything was closed for the public still because they were behind for the rope drop. So we got to take pictures with nobody in the way, and it was really, really cool. And we got to go on Alice, and one more ride with nobody, with just us, which I think there was, I can't remember how many people were in the tour, but we got to ride Alice by ourselves. And what was the other one we got to go on? We got to go on 2 rides, and I can't remember. And then we got provided lunch. It was included, and we got the gluten-free food. Their bread sucks. I'm like, Disneyland dudes, you need to step up your game or something, because that was like disintegrated. It was really, really gross. So I'm like, I'm not even a baker, and I could have done a better job. So that was, you know, I don't recommend the gluten-free bread. I think next time we'll just go protein. This is also 4x6, but vertical. So this was a 12x12 also, but Echo Park made it, so these 3 were part down here too. Echo Park made it where you can cut straight lines into 4x6s. So that is what I did also. Instead of using all the little ones, I cut it into a 4x6, and that worked out perfect for these. So I recommend. Then we got to go into the Dream Suite. The Dream Suite, do you see all the, oh, you can totally see. Can you see my camera setup? So that glare will be changed because I'm going to be changing rooms. Remember I said that. So sorry. Let me see. Is the glare too much? Is it too much? Hopefully it's not. Maybe up here. I don't know. But I think you can still see it. It's just you can see everything else too. So luckily I have pants on and a shirt. So you get to go in the private elevator. This is behind Pirates. So this was neat. This was inside the Dream Suite. We got to actually go inside the Dream Suite. You're not allowed to take pictures, so we can't take pictures, but this is on top of the balcony, and you can see everybody walking that over the bridge. So that was really neat. And then this is for the Pirates, and I think, is it Jungle Cruise? Or Indiana? I think Indiana. So you could see parts of Indiana too, so that was cool. And then what I ended up doing was I blew up the pictures to an 8x10 of the castle. Isn't that beautiful? And it came out so perfect. And of course we did our selfies. So this was, you see, this was really fun. So I have a lot of inserts for this week also, but I'm done with it. And week 9 was awesome. Week 9 was just, you know, it was memorable, really, really memorable. And that was, you get to what is this? Pins. You got your own special pins. That was neat also. Pretty cool. This whole thing was just so much fun and so neat and worth it. And I think it was less than $200. So I had a couple months to save up for it. So it was really worth it. Really, really worth it. And yeah, Freckled Fawn. You got your own little, because you have to hear her, right? Because by the time you're all done with the tour, everybody's there, of course. And so you have your own little earpiece, and then you have your channel that you're on. So I thought that was pretty cool to use that. And then we got our new washer and dryer. Pretty fun. I think that's it, you guys. So let's see. I wanted to thank Sandra Tucker, Kelly Lindley, Kirsty Angus, Angie Hinks, Smiley Scrapper, Farmel 77, D Tenney, 50 Magpie, Monique McCoy, Sharon, and Connie. Thank you guys for leaving me comments and for being all around awesome. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys like this layout too, because I did. I love it. I love the colors. Echo Park really did wonderful with this, with the new Disney stuff, and I can't wait to use more of it. Alright guys, I think that's all I had to tell you. Hopefully I didn't, you know, do too much. I'll be back with Freckle Fong. I just got it, I just got a notice that said it shipped out today, and wait until I show you the add-ons I got. Oh my god, I love this company. We'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes you left for Tim. He said thank you, and we will talk to you guys all later. Bye. Bye. I'll say bye. Bye, bye, bye.